Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Phoenix Suns. At shooting guard, Landry Shamet. At power forward, Corey Craig. At the other forward position, Mikal Bridges. At center, DeAndre Ayton. At the other guard position, now introducing the starters for the Memphis Grizzlies. At 4'6'7", number 24, Dylan Brooks.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. And before we tip, let's welcome in our sideline reporter tonight, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, improving NBA officiating has gone high-tech. Today, the NBA uses the proprietary game review system, which is broken down from double-digit camera angles.
Isn't that something? I mean, every day there's something new. Fascinating, fascinating stuff, DA. Thank you. And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. They've got Landry Shamet. Ayton is out there with Torrey Craig. Then it's Bridges, and it's Paul in at the point. And for the Grizzlies, the wingmen are Bane and Brooks. Adams is the pivot for him with Jackson Jr. at the 4. And it's Morant in at the point. And now, Greg, that we're into the meat of the season, are you seeing any emerging trends out there?
For a few years, the trend had been guys shooting from farther and farther out. But, Kevin, I think we're seeing a return of the big man, a more concerted effort to attack the interior.
Here's Paul. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. You know, Richard, we don't talk about it much, but Chris Paul's free throw shooting has always been rock solid.
Yeah, we're not going to see teams use a hack-and-ball strategy, that's for sure. He's been 90% or over multiple times in his career.
And we talk about the playmaking ability of CP3. 3rd all-time in career assists, 2nd all-time in career assist percentage. And he looks far from done.
And Greg, what separates Paul from the other 2 guys that have more career assists is that Paul also averaged 18 points a game.
And he scores with efficiency. Really a one-of-a-kind talent. When he finally does decide to hang him up, I think he'd make a great head coach as well.
Good.
Even in the later stages of his career, Paul's handles remain incredible. He's got that thing on a string. What a move.
Morant looking around. Pass to Adams. 3-pointer. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. And it's Paul with the ball for the Suns. Bridges passes to Paul. Into the lane. Misses from short range. Morant outside. And then Morant slams it in.
And man, does Morant put on a show. He's got such insane athleticism.
Paul with the 3. Offensive rebound. Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul. Now here's Morant. Last time out he had 38 points. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And the shot goes in. And a look at the Mobile One drive. Driving right into your living room.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Up top, Morant. Averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league.
He tried to get spicy and totally whiffed, huh? Okay. He's going to be living this one down for at least about a week.
Now here's Paul. Ayton trying to break free. The shot by Paul, no good.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
One word you always hear the Grizzly players mention is chemistry.
Yeah, you can't fake chemistry. And it's true. When you ask these guys what makes their team special, they point out what a tight-knit group they are. Some people might not think chemistry is a big deal, but it is huge when it comes to this league.
And one thing is, if you look on paper, it could feel like there's chemistry. But as you know, sometimes it doesn't translate to the real world.
No, it does not translate. And then after that, if you don't have chemistry, you better have professionals.
Now, here's Ayton. 11-point game his last outing. Good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And Morant gets it to go.
As John gets more consistent from range, he becomes that much more dynamic. And that, let me just tell you, that's going to be bad news for the rest of this league.
Now, here's Shamet. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
Mikal Bridges has found a groove the last couple of years. 5 years removed from college, and he's become a full-time starter.
And about Mikal Bridges, just how good can he be?
He's got the power to beat you off the dribble inside. Certainly likes to attack the paint, but he can also spot up and beat you from beyond the arc.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And the leadership Paul brings to this team is so incredibly important. His teammates really rally behind him.
And it's Morant missing. For Phoenix, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Bridges kicks to Shamet. Bridges dishes to Paul. Payne against Bridges. 6 to shoot. And the pass to Shamet. And the Suns miss again. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Morant. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. And here we go. Coach's challenge is being called for here on the out of bounds violation.
And you know these types of plays, especially when you're talking about action around the sideline, this is something you can get a much better perspective of on replay than real game speed.
We've got the benefit of new camera angles, much easier to see exactly what's going on, especially with the fidelity and angles that we've got access to now. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen, regardless of the call staying the same.
Now here's Morant. He's got 7. Here's Jackson. Good. And a nice assist from Morant. It's a tie ball game.
What a pass from Morant. He does a terrific job staying alert, seeking out the right opportunities to get his teammates involved.
Ball outside. Passes it to Shamet. A 3. And the Suns miss again. The Grizzlies have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Morant against Paul. Here's Jackson. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Just like his pop, Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah, look, this man, when he gets close to the hoop, it is pretty much automatic. You can't let that happen.
And the rejection by Jackson. To Morant. And will count. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Grizzlies out in front. They lead by a point.
Please give a big round of applause.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen for the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
Adams is the pivot for him with Jackson Jr. at the 4. The wingmen are Bain and Brooks. And it's Morant in at the 1. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
Ball passes to Craig. Stolen by Jackson. Inside. Here's Brooks. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And you like to see this from Brooks, right? No need to fall in love with the jump shot. Give the defense different looks.
That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Chris Paul. And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
Nice take. Staying aggressive with this game, still very much up in the air.
Shamet with the steal. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, Kevin. It is hard to forget the crazy draft night for Bridges in 2018. Drafted 10th by his hometown Sixers, his mom was an employee with the team. But he was traded an hour later to Phoenix. He says, it was tough, but once I came here, I loved it. The group of guys we had, I knew I wanted to be here. And they are sure glad they got him, Kevin.
We are indeed, no doubt. DA, thank you.
And talking about a franchise that has done a complete 180, look no further than the Phoenix Suns. Before 2021, they hadn't even been to the playoffs in 10 years.
Jackson kicks to Bain. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
The team-first mindset of Jackson, willing to get the ball to his open guys.
Blocking foul called on John Morant. First personal foul.
Suns trail by 4. In just 4 seasons, Phoenix Greg went from last in the conference to the best record in the entire NBA. It's been an unbelievable story.
And there's a lot of talent on this team, not to mention a great coach in Monty Williams. The future is bright for this franchise. Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
The Suns shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he can't get the first one. And from college to the pros, Richard, you played for some legendary coaches. And speaking of coaching, is that something you've ever entertained doing?
I never have, and I never will. Coaching, the amount of hours that you have to spend sounds exhausting. I love my job right now, and you know why I love my job? Because I get to work with you.
Oh, listen, the feeling's mutual. Now, here's Morant for three. Looking to get it going. Here he goes. It's hauled in by the Suns, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Well, they weren't fighting through screens. Their closeouts and rotations were late. You name it, and let's just say they didn't do it on defense.
Craig and Adams sends it back.
Adams puts every ounce of energy into his defense. He's not out there to contest shots. He's out there to reject them.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Morant. And then jammed down as he goes right over Chris Paul.
He'll put you on your heels in a hurry. Morant slicing through the D.
Pause the rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Paul's shot is off.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Well, if you polled players on who they think the strongest guy in the league, I'm pretty sure Steven Adams would be a top pick.
And for Adams, his strength makes him difficult, Richard, to deal with.
Oh, yes, the absolute worst. He sets some of the hardest screens in the league, and he's been one of, if not the best offensive rebounders for over the last decade. Look, it takes multiple people to box out that large human. One thing you have to admire about the Grizzlies is their high level of effort. These guys play with such determination on every single play.
Even their superstars like Morant. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. And here are the Grizzlies. They're on a 9-1 run right now. Paul against Morant. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. The effort level of the Grizzlies, RJ, can be an equalizer against some teams.
Yes, the talent and experience can only take you so far. But Memphis, these boys will outwork you. And in some ways, it's not fair because their energy at times just seems unmatchable.
With the drive, and Morant throws it down.
When Morant drives, he is just so difficult to stop. His agility, that's what makes beating the D look so easy.
The drive by Paul makes it off the glass. Paul's got 5 points now this quarter.
Love the aggressive attitude. I mean, no invitation needed for him to take it strong to the basket.
Morant right side. Driving to the basket. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got his 6th rebound on the night. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Desmond Bain.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. And Jackson throws it down hard.
We talk about Jackson's elite shooting for a big, but this is the other thing that he can do when his mindset is to attack.
Paul is doubled. Bridges outside. Back to Paul. Launches it. Drills the three-pointer. Paul's got 11 points.
You can't let Paul get room to shoot from downtown. That's a recipe for disaster.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies with their lead standing at 6 points.
Go Grizzlies, 26. The Sun.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even, and they kept it close, trailing by, at the most, 4 points. Well, for the Grizzlies, Kenny, give us your take. And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
It's that time, Grizzlies fans.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Suns trail by 6. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 from Monty Williams. We got DeAndre Ayton. Torrey Craig is out there with Bridges. And it's Chris Paul. And it's Shamet in at the shooting guard position.
Laser focused by CP3. Takes the contact and still delivers the mail.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And a close game like this, you've got to dig deep and just find a way to make things happen.
The shot's good from Paul. He's got 15.
Every team wishes they had a star like CP3 who provides whatever you need when you need it.
Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that now.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Shamet the pass to Paul. And they double up Paul. Shot clock at 5. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Morant outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Personal foul.
Well, Greg, we see it every year. Those overachieving teams in the NBA.
At the line,
What enables them to be greater than the sum of their parts?
Well, listen, luck can play a part, but confidence is a huge factor as well. If you walk into that gym every night believing you'll find a way to win, oftentimes you do.
In an era where so many point guards are three-point shooters, Ja Morant, you know what? This man is built different. He's more of a throwback. Ja wants to apply pressure by driving, not shooting threes.
And taken away by Paul. Bridges passes to Ayton. Fader on the way. Here's Shamet. And that's off the glass and in. Shamet's got 5 now.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And that one's good. Morant.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Phoenix. 7-point differential. And Adams sends it back. Up top, Morant. 19 points in the game.
From his first day in the league, opponents are going to make him earn it at the line. And look, Morant, he'll give him an easy look.
The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
This season, in general, has not been kind to them at the free throw line. Only about 71%.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Mikal Bridges picks one up.
Collaborative. Play by Morant, sticking with his shot to ensure he gets himself fouled while in the act.
For Memphis, they have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts, and the first one drops.
Well, he's been at the line so often tonight, but only just now is he starting to look comfortable.
Both free throws good from Morant. Well, Greg, we're seeing high schoolers now making 6 figures to play basketball. I bet you wouldn't have minded that in your time, would you?
I tell you what, it beats delivering the newspaper, right? It's still fresh and developing, but a lot of different opportunities are emerging.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Driving in. Adams finds Morant. Shot clock at 6. There's the triple. Memphis the rebound. Memphis moving it around. Tries yet again. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Payne, no good.
Credit the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
Here's Bridges. Morant with some nice D. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
Clearly a foul.
He's gone 7 of 10 from the free throw line tonight.
John Morant.
Both free throws good from Morant.
And he's made more of an effort here to put pressure on the defense in the second half and create some contact and free throw opportunities.
And the rejection by Morant.
Bringing it on D. Morant with the swat.
Driving the lane. It's hauled in by the Suns. Ayton's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Shamet. Here's Craig. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
Morant with a wide open look. And the free ball is good. Morant's got 27.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Paul with the ball. He's picked up by Morant. Here's Craig. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Craig protecting the rim. Love the hustle. For Memphis, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line. 9 of 12 so far.
John Morant taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. That one misses. Suns trail by 15. Bridges dishes the ball. Releases. Offensive rebound. Ayton. And he uses the glass on the layup. Ayton's got 6.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. John Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Grizzlies. And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. The Grizzlies leading by 15. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bain. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Jackson Jr. And it's Adams in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight.
That's a tough take by Paul inside. He is absolutely fearless, and that helps him get a trip to the stripe.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Grizzlies. So he comes up empty at the line. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Grizzlies. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game OT.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Second personal foul.
That one on 8.
And there's a flexibility to Brooks' game. He can play a specific role for you, or he could be a high-usage guy.
Really depends on what a team needs from night to night.
One of the biggest changes in the NBA since I started broadcasting back in the early 80s, player movement, Richard. Guys switching teams all the time. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for the NBA?
I think for players it's great because you have more mobility. You have a chance to change your environment and revitalize you. For the fans, I understand. Probably not so much because really they connect to these players, especially when you draft them or they're a part of an epic year or a championship. You just hate to see those players go. So there's two sides to it.
And I bet as a player, knowing you as I do, you probably enjoy the challenge of trying to reassert yourself, find out where you could best help your new team.
Yes, and you enjoy your new role. I've been in roles where I was expected to be a leading scorer. I've also been in a role where I was expected to mentor Kawhi Leonard, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes. All those guys were drafted at my time in Golden State.
It's stolen by Adams, and here we go with Adams running it up the court. He kicks it to Morant. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Craig pulls it in. Craig's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Ayton. It's deflected.
Rejected by Brooks. Part of why he's stuck as a second rounder. Dillon gives great effort on defense.
The 3 from Morant. That one, no good. And Phoenix the other way now. Paul looking over the floor. Down low. Here's Craig. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Chris Paul is always thinking pass first. He's so good at finding his teammates, especially when they're open.
It's Morant with the drop. And then Morant slams it in.
He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one.